Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Last Mag podcast. I am your host, Primal, and in today's episode, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go breaking down the matches from Major 2 Week 4, and we're going to do a power rank listing. So, guys, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new. We're so close to hitting 2,000 subscribers on channel. And guys, if you haven't already, make sure you go check out the live streams I do for the UCS Death Star that I'm doing every day for the next 40 days. So, yeah, anyways, let's crack on into the matches. So, starting off, we had Cloud9 versus Vancouver Surge. And Vancouver get this done in a 3-1 victory. What can I say about Vancouver? Capstol, really great ad over Abe. Capstol just seems to be clicking, and Vancouver's definitely in a honeymoon phase, you could say. Now, the next series, so let's talk about this. So, FaZe versus Thieves. So, FaZe, they take maps 1, 4, and 5. So, FaZe, I was just mind blown that they actually beat Thieves because this was a big series for FaZe. And the reason behind that is because if FaZe did not, I feel like if FaZe did not win this series against Thieves, then Alluka was definitely going to have to come in. And yeah. Now, when we get to FaZe versus Optic, we'll get to that in a second. But overall, FaZe, well done. They go 1-1 for this weekend. Now, this puts FaZe against Thieves. FaZe has the edge over Thieves. So depending on how the seeds line up for Birmingham, FaZe has the edge over Thieves, but other teams have the edge over FaZe. So it's going to be interesting to see how it turns out. Okay, next, G2 versus Heretics. This was just an absolute slammage by Heretics, and these are both dark horse teams. Like, Heretics, they did not allow Colossus in, and Colossus is G2's main bread and butter for maps. So you don't give them Colossus, they're going to struggle. Yeah. Oh, sick. So very well done by the Heretics to seal it out with a dominant 3-0 slamming. So let's move on to Saturday. And it's like I've had back-to-back stinker weekends. Like this, I've not had this type of low level of predictions of wins versus losses in my whole time at watching CDL. Like I've gone outside of these past 2 weekends, I've never gone below 4 losses. Well, I've never gone higher than 4 losses for pick'ems in a weekend. Like I've gone not. It's like I started this season, I was 9-1, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm insane. And now it's like teams are just throwing upsets, and I'm like, okay, I need to really lock in. But it's like when you look here, it's an 84-15. Like people are literally whiffing like me of okay. But anyways, let's talk about G2 versus GentleM8. G2, they come out, slam GentleM8 with a hot 3-0, and my gosh. This weekend, GentleM8 had nothing in the bag to save their butts. Like, they couldn't even pull out a they really cannot get anything going. Really, it's like Envoy's starting to have stinker performances, and my thoughts are if Envoy can't turn it around, who do you drop? Do you drop Neptune? Do you drop Sib? Do you drop Envoy? It's like Ghosty. I have no idea, guys. Yeah. Now let's talk about FaZe versus Optic here. So I did call Optic, but I said 3-1. I seriously thought I was going to go game 5 because of how well um they played against Thieves, but Optic this weekend just proved to everyone that they're on a different ceiling and level compared to the other 11 teams. And when we get into week 5 predictions, we might be looking at Optic to break the FaZe's record. And that's saying something. Now, Riyadh versus Koi. Let's see here. 36-35. Yeah, this one was a hot, dominant DoorDash 3-0 in favor of Riyadh, and Koi was in the player cams at the end of the series were just looking shell shocked and lost of how in the heck did we just lose to the Falcons. And I will say Kips, yeah, a great addition, but you need to look at Koi of Insight and Connect. Like those guys have been together since, well, technically they did take that one break before CDL era. But they've been teaming for a really long time, and you would think that change would be in order. Like if they don't get a strong placing at Major 2, I think it might be time for them to say adieu to each other because I feel like there could be tension between them or something's not clicking in that camp. I'm not sure who would have to go, but yeah. All right, next. Sorry. Boston versus Cloud9. Cloud9 takes the overload, and Boston takes maps 1, 2, and 4. And Cloud9 get done in the overtime in overload, which I was honestly flabbergasted about. Like, no way in heck did I think that they were going to take overload, but that's their first overload against a higher team. Now, jumping into Sunday, Thieves versus Heretics. I'm like, okay, Thieves, they're going to want revenge after their loss to FaZe, and Heretics, they're riding high after being G2, and I'm like, all right, let's see what happens. Heretics steal maps 1 and 2, and then Thieves steal 3 and 4, and then, hold on a second, guys. As I was saying, and then map 5, Thieves literally have a mental break. Like, even Nade Shot rage quit at map 5. He's like, no way we get 1v2'd, and he literally says, thanks. And Thieves then get 1v2'd, and he shuts the stream off. It's like, oh my gosh. Even Nade Shot was losing full over the weekend of how Thieves were performing, and now it becomes a serious question. It's like if a change again needs to come to Thieves, who do you look at? And it's like at this point in season, Hydra's normally frying out of his mind, like seriously frying. And it comes to a point, and I'll say it, that a team needs to seriously look at who's going to be better with or without a it's like trials might have to happen. It's like they're not going to not make champs, but a change might seriously be made. And I feel like the two people on chopping block are Hydra and Scrap. I doubt Abizi, but it's like Scrap. I feel like Scrap costs his team more in some series. So if it really did come to it, like if Scrap is, well, you can literally see him in the comments saying, okay, you do this, I'll do this, and you do that. It's like he's telling players what to do, and it maybe he needs to get benched or thrown back into challengers. Like, I'm not sure, guys. It's this Thieves team. When we get to um how I tier list rate them, I'll talk about it. So, Heretics, they prevent the reverse sweep. They get done in 5. They move on. They have a perfect weekend. Now, moving on, Boston Breach versus Koi. This is a Koi masterclass DoorDash. Hot 3-0, and they bippity bop Breach out of the lobby. It's like, when I was watching this series, my jaw was hanging open. Like, they definitely wanted revenge. They go 1-1 for this weekend, like FaZe. An initial rumor was that Toronto, well, and I was like, I forgot my train of thought for what I was about to say. Sorry. I'll get into the FaZe stuff in a second. So Carolina Royal Ravens versus Optic Texas. This is a dominant 3-0. Wait, was it? Yeah, I'm positive it was Optic with a 3. It was either a 3-1 or 3-0. I think Carolina took a map. Did they take a map? I'm trying to remember the Carolina series because I was watching, plus I was also streaming, so I was looking up and watching. But I'm positive Carolina took map 1 and then Optic took the next 3 map. Yeah, Optic took the next 3 maps. Yeah. That's how it happened. Yeah. Sorry about that, chat. And now for our final series, GentleM8 versus Surge. This goes 4, and Surge take it. Oh my gosh, this was ugly, like pure ugly, like make me want to scream bloody murder. Like when I was watching, I was shaking my head in disgust, guys. Like seriously, what was going on in that GentleM8 camp? I feel like GentleM8, they're seriously on blowed up watch. Like Surge, they go with a flawless weekend. So yeah. Let's go into the tier list right now. Alright guys, back in. So we're over at the categories we have are okay, so categories are blowed up, confused, dark horse, contender, and Sunday regulars. Blowed up means the team is you know what? I'll put Carolina above them. So blowed up means team's not working. Confused is performance wise and not really winning their intended series. Dark Horse is who I think could make a dark run in series and tournaments. And Sunday contenders are who I see as the runner-up at events, and Sunday regulars are who I expect to see winning tournaments. So let's start at the bottom and go here. Carolina, Cloud9, and Vancouver. Cloud9. They just need to full on squad wipe again. Maybe I'm not sure who you rebuild around if you squad wipe, but Cloud9 needs to get out there. Like, they need to seriously get out there, get a new organ, because Cloud9 has brutally murdered the brand that NYSL was when Cloud9 came in. Vancouver, I want to put them into confused, but I just need to see how they perform before I do that. Like, I want to move them up. It's like, yeah, they're looking a little bit better, but it just doesn't look good, chat. It seriously doesn't look good. Next. All right, let's talk about GentleM8. GentleM8, they are on a stinker of a performance like FaZe, and it's like, who do you get for a change if a serious change needs to be made? Like, who do you drop? Who do you pick up? Alluka's already signed to FaZe, which is honestly a major plus, and I'll talk about them in a second. But GentleM8, they're in danger of not even making it to Major 2. Like, if they can't get their act together, they're in trouble. Like, serious trouble. And the worst problem is you still have to go through Vegas. I'm positive. Let me double check. So yeah, it's like in the final weeks, your first match in week 6 for qualifiers is FaZe versus GentleM8. It's like, seriously, guys, you are in trouble, like serious trouble. If you can't beat FaZe, then you need to make a change. Boston Breach, yeah, you guys are performing well with Spark, but I can't move you up to Dark Horse. I want to move you up to Dark Horse because Spark's definitely brought that spark to the team, but I just can't. Riyadh, yeah, they're looking Dark Horse contender wise, but this is all online. You gotta remember, and it's like we need to see if this is just an online team for the qualifiers or if they can really translate it to LAN wise. This is why we seriously need to have qualifiers go back to LAN so we can see how teams are going to perform, because on LAN is different. LAN, you don't have EQ. LAN, you don't have ping difference. You're playing all on the same thing. You're all equals. You're not going against ping. You're not going against distance. You're going to also have the crowd with you. Bring back LAN qualifiers. Bring back more tournaments. Payback and I were saying, we want to see more tournaments. It's like not really online, but more LAN tournaments. Yeah, LAN tournaments cost more, but it would be so worth it. Like, seriously. Okay. Sorry for the rant about that one, guys. Now let's talk about FaZe. They go 1-1 this weekend. They beat Thieves. They lose to Optic in a murderous 3-0. And what I have to say about this is the main guy on the chopping block is 0-4. Like, he's having 0.9 series and having stinker performances and not matching Simp's levels. Like, he makes me want to bang my head into the table. It's like, I used to be a SMG main when I competed in Call of Duty Mobile, but my gosh, it might be seriously time to bring in Alluka, because it's like you guys are also in danger of not making Major 2, and well, I've been watching Alluka more of his Challenger series and stuff, and oh my gosh, on Den Hardpoint, he bippity bops, I forget which team, but he's on the Falcons Academy team now, but he hits one of the nastiest three pieces I have ever seen with the Dravic, and I'm like, what am I looking at? Like, seriously, He is frying better than 04. Like, 04 looks scared and lost and not wanting to get into fights. Like, Alluka is demonically ego challenged, living life out of players. And I'm like, get him in to the starting lineup, please. Oh my gosh. Like, seriously, guys, get Alluka into the team. It's like he's been seen running the sub. His work visa's getting into place. Like, seriously, if you guys do not get to Major 2, or even if you get to Major 2 and you don't have a good performance at Major 2, even still, you need to make a change, I fear. And even if you do have a good performance, I still say you gotta make a change. 04 is still that weak link. Even if 04 turns up to land, I still say you need to make a change. 04 needs to go. Like, he is dragging the team down. Like, Draza definitely had a better performance, and as I said, it was between him and Draza, and 04 is showing that it's definitely him that's going to be dropped. Sorry again for the rant. Now, Dark Horse category, these are your teams that'll make runs at tournaments. Heretics and G2 are definitely at the top. Either one of them, if they can make those conversions to land for map wise, they're going to be scary. G2, what you need to work on is your hard points, because your hard points are still your weakest area. Like your search, your overload, great, absolutely amazing. Heretics definitely need to work on your overload. Like, overload for Heretics can be a bit shaky sometimes. Now, Toronto Koi, just need to expand your map pool. Like, your main maps are Den. Like, Den is what you guys play a whole lot of. Like, that's all I've been seeing from you guys, really. And it makes me think you guys have too many auto vetoes, or you're scared to face up with teams on other maps. It's like, yeah. Now, LA Thieves, let's talk about them. You bring in Neum for Kenny. Neum's fine, but you guys are having stinker performances. Roster change, like, who do you bring in? Do you bring in Renegade? It's like, if you bring in Renegade, who do you drop? But if you guys get it's going to be messy, I fear. It's going to be messy if Thieves have a lackluster performance. Like, Hydra's not doing what he normally does, so yep. Hang on a sec, guys. Alright, back in. So, contenders, there's no one really contend with Optic, because Optic's at the top, and they're playing on a level that no team is really playing on, and that's scary. It's like, it's scary to think that Optic's higher than who I think are top teams like FaZe and GentleM8 before their stinkers and lackluster performances. Like, I'm going to call it now. Optic to win Major 2. Yeah, it's going to be interesting if they do. So, well, it's going to be interesting, because then storyline starts spelling out, because it's like, okay, Optics playing on championship level performance. It's like, are they about to go back to back to back for world champs? And if they do, I will literally cry, because I really want FaZe to win. Like, seriously, Simp needs his third ring. Give him his third ring for the love of Pete. Please, 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 please. Anyways, guys, Optics just godlike right now. No one can touch them. Look at the FaZe. They are close to making a roster change, I think. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, I'll catch you in the next one. I'll see you in match predictions on Thursday. So, see you then, guys. Primal signing out.